Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox One community.
Is this my Gatorade or is that your Gatorade?
I think that's Jordan's.
That's
Jordan's a purple man.
Well,
Oh, you're a blue man.
I'm a blue man.
A blue man and
I'm
a
a blue
purple man
man.
with your Gatorade. Welcome, everybody. It's a great time to be a gamer. It's a great time to be a gamer.
I think Jordan's right. The blue family and the Gatorade family is the best family.
Oh, yeah.
I actually like blue Powerade.
Oh, it's the Powerade.
Yeah, I'm more of a Powerade man, but Gatorade.
Okay, well then I take it back. You're wrong. You're stupid.
You're actually wrong. E3 is over. It has passed. We've had a podcast where we've talked about the all things Xbox One E3, specifically the Xbox One conference. This podcast, we're going to talk about everything else. Talk about a lot of different things, the post E3 reaction, and basically, I'll summarize it. It's a good time to be a gamer.
Amen. Yeah.
As always, I am joined by the bros, the XoneBros. This is podcast 165, for those of you wondering. First and foremost, he was very disappointed when Microsoft failed to announce the anticipated beard simulator. It's Mr. McSpicy, Mark Haywood.
Hey, it's good to be here.
Good to be here.
It's good to be here.
He gets so into E3, he makes his relatives come over and set up booths in his garage with all his old systems just so he can walk around the show floor. It's Jordan the man, Jordan Pastor.
Hello.
For those of you that don't watch live, you've got to watch live because Jordan's facial expression right there was classic. Rewind that back. Just go over to YouTube and rewind that back.
I think he's distracted. Are you reading something on
I was reading something. Yeah.
No, that's what it is. So funny. Last but not least, I was going to take a drink every time I heard the word exclusive, but realized pretty quick I would have been drunk in 5 minutes into the conference. I am X1. We are the XoneBros Discord. We're over 350 members on Discord. If you want to connect with us, if you want to connect with the community on a deeper level, it's like going to a marriage counselor without the cost.
Yeah. It's very nice.
It is, I guess.
Come join us on Discord. Just head over to xonebros.com, click the Discord button. We have discussions, pictures uploaded. We're helping each other out through Gamer Strength. It is a good time. Come and join us. Also, don't forget, please support our podcast over at patreon.com.
It just got real serious.
Patreon.com/positive gaming. Help us grow. We're so close to taking over the world. Now is our chance. There is a biased gaming media out there. We are not it. We love all of our games. We love all of our systems, including the PlayStation, the Nintendo, the PC, and finally the Xbox. Hence this show, the
every other
XoneBros.
little thing in between.
I really don't like my phone game for gaming.
I'm
I
with
like
you.
Fire Emblem.
But that doesn't count.
Yeah,
I mean, it's on
that's
mobile,
cheating.
but that's cheating.
That is cheating.
Yeah.
You're a cheater.
You're stupid.
You're a cheater. You
Hey,
are.
actually,
Let's belittle him as
let me
much
tell
as
you
we
about
can
this.
this show.
Let me tell you about this new game I found here.
Oh yeah, tell us.
It's on Windows, so it's in the Xbox family. I think it's like the Cricket World Cup or something like
Okay.
that, right?
You've been playing it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's going on in the world, but I mean, I'm not. Cricket's not a
Sure.
major sport here, so I don't know. But I think like something big in cricket's going on right now in the world.
Okay.
You know how
Okay.
Google every once in a while, like on like the holiday, they'll have like the
Sure.
thing. Anyway, if you go to Google Doodle Cricket,
Uh-huh.
there's like this little cricket game you can play, and I got addicted to it.
Oh, so
yeah,
like the web
I almost
browser game.
streamed it.
Oh, you
Whoa.
should have.
Do you know the rules now?
Well, kind of.
Because I don't
Literally,
get the
what
rules.
you do is I'm trying to get like the highest score, but literally the guy will pitch you, and you just got to hit it. You're a
Okay.
little like guy, and you got to
Uh-huh.
hit it towards the little snails out there.
Okay.
But no, it was very addicting, very fun.
Oh, that's great. I'm so happy you shared
Google
that.
Doodle and then cricket.
Cricket.
My wife plays a game on the mobile device that's actually pretty fun.
What is that?
Balls.
I've just never heard of that game.
Ballz.
Okay.
You got to be careful when you type that in.
Was
Yeah,
it like
sorry.
dodgeball?
No, it's like remember that brick game in the arcade where you start with a ball and then you bounce it up and it's like ping pong and you move your
Oh yeah.
little platform
Pong.
to left and right. Well, no, that's left to right and you're versus somebody. This is like up and down.
But you're trying to destroy the yeah.
It's like that, but a really fun version.
Oh, okay. I thought the other version
Balls.
was pretty fun. You just like saying it.
I know. It's actually a pretty fun game. I'll give you that.
Well, there you go. Let's get into let's get this show on the road, shall we? Because that's definitely a way to kick it off. Woo! This week in our news segment, we're just going to go over all of the news from E3. We're going to talk about it, our overall impressions. we'll talk about games that come to the Xbox One specifically. Now, for those of you that are tuning in and want to know our impressions of the Xbox One conference and hear us talk about that, that is one podcast ago. We did an episode immediately following the conference. So go check out our last podcast, number 164. This podcast, we're going to focus on games that were announced for the Xbox One everywhere else. So let's start with Mr. McSpicy.
Oh,
actually, yeah. Let's start with Jordan real quick.
Okay.
Let's start with Jordan, and I want to go through. Let's go through each of the conferences.
Whenever
first.
you ask me to start, if I go,
And-
you'll change your mind.
yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. No. And let's just go over each of the conferences and
which one would you
say
like to
what our
start
overall
with?
impressions were, what we thought. Overall, first of all, for all of E3, I thought it went really well.
Yeah.
I thought
it was good E3.
it's a great time to be a gamer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say it again. It's
Every
a
year.
good time to be a gamer.
Fantastic.
Ubisoft.
Okay, let's start with them.
Let's just rapid fire impressions. How do you think they did?
Surprisingly, they were not the worst.
Surprisingly, yes.
No,
I actually thought this was one of their strongest conferences.
I'm not a big fan of Ubisoft's conferences. I thought this one was very well done. There was one or two things I could do without, and it almost would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But I thought they are definitely in the top tier of conferences this year. I think they had a fantastic
Bethesda.
conference. They had a really cool game at the end that saved them.
Yeah, they didn't have much.
And I just didn't. Yeah, they didn't have much.
Yeah.
Is what they did a short video, which I'm okay with the videos. I don't have a problem with the videos
Sure.
like Nintendo does or something like that.
Sure.
But you're right, they didn't have much. They had kind of a saving grace right there at
Yeah.
the end, which should we just say it?
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah, go for it.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah,
Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah. Which looked awesome. I
I
mean,
actually re-downloaded the
it-
first Wolfenstein
yeah,
because
me too.
it inspired me
too.
that much.
Yeah, and I haven't beaten the first Wolfenstein yet, so
Oh,
I'm
I
excited
have.
to go
I'm
through
gonna
and
go
play
beat it
because I really
again.
want the second one. I mean, it looks weird, it looks crazy, it looks fun.
The little cubicle helmet thing going on.
Well,
Yeah.
the cool thing is it continues with the story, but we'll come back to
Yeah.
Wolfenstein later. EA,
They
terrible, worst conference,
Yeah,
worst
they
conference
got-
of the bunch.
I don't even.
They
know how
don't
to
have
be
bad.
nice
It's not
about it.
because of their games. Their games that they show are great, are
Oh, yeah.
fantastic. Makes me want to play them. And the stuff that they tease, I'm there. I really like what they're doing with NBA Live. But their presentation,
Oh, it sucks. The big one.
I would rather be raped by a legion of Roman soldiers.
Upside
Oh
down.
my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Than sit through
It was bad.
an EA conference that's basically a shareholder meeting.
It was
Yeah.
just bad.
It would be less awkward, that experience with
And
the Legion of Roman soldiers,
it's
than it was with their YouTube stars trying to announce
Yeah.
their games.
well, and it's a shame because I think EA's been doing really good. Like EA game wise has been doing really good lately, and just this conference really it didn't get you excited. It was just yeah.
Sorry.
All right, what? Tell me your thoughts.
No, you just made that real. Like you really did not like it.
You summed it up.
no, the gameplay was fine,
Yeah, the games were
but
fine.
they
It's
try.
just
They
the-
do these gimmicky things that would just turns me off.
Yeah, they had the command center in the middle of it was dumb.
PlayStation conference.
I thought it was good. I mean, but okay. I like my PlayStation. Been playing it all week. Playing a lot of Kingdom
Oh
Hearts,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. Oh, Kingdom Hearts. You have been playing Kingdom Hearts.
I love that game, but it was good because they took every game from last year and told us they were coming out next year. But that was good.
Oh, and they showed actual gameplay.
yeah, they
for
showed
everything
gameplay, but
they
I mean, that
kinda
was
just
good.
teased last year.
Yeah, they showed. Oh, they did show the Horizon DLC, which was cool. But I mean, it's
Horizon
just
DLC. Well, Spider-Man.
It was. I felt that it was good because it was just like last year's show. Like it was all the same games.
I'll
Which
tell you
there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's cool. But that's why it was good because it was just all the cool games from last year. They showed off a little bit more this year, and we'll be getting them. Just next year in 2018.
I'll tell you what I think Sony does really well that Microsoft could take
Uh-huh.
a page from.
Yeah.
Is and I was telling you this before the show. So Microsoft does a good job of showing their games.
Yeah, yeah.
They show their games. And Sony does a good job of teasing you, giving you the story and what it's about through gameplay, telling a story through the gameplay. They did it with Days Gone. Was
Yeah.
it Days Gone or Days 44?
Days Gone.
Days Gone. Why
Now,
did I
I-
say Days 44?
I will admit,
Days Gone, God of War.
God of War was.
I mean, they do
probably
such
the
a good job of doing
showstopper.
that. I think Microsoft could take a page from that. They do it sometimes, but Microsoft more shows like action sequences, gameplay, multiplayer,
quick time events.
quick time events. Well, Spider-Man.
I know, but that was like. So,
But I don't have a problem with it because it's linear, it's storytelling. I think that's good. Nintendo conference,
Oh, I thought that one was fantastic.
fantastic again. Overall, a great E3. It's good to be a gamer. Let's get into the games that are all about the Xbox One. Outside of the Xbox conference, Mr. McSpicy, what game got you most excited?
outside of the Xbox conference.
Well,
So like from anything on E3.
from anything E3, but that has to do with the Xbox. A
That has
game
to do with
that's
the
on
Xbox.
the Xbox. Yeah.
We are an Xbox podcast.
Anthem,
I know.
Anthem
I know.
counts because Anthem's an EA game.
Because if you're going to say outside, I was going to say
Well,
Spider-Man.
Oh,
I mean,
so-
Anthem. Will
Spider-Man
get,
looks
let's
really
let's
good.
ignore Anthem for now because I'm sure it'll get it. We're all pumped for that one.
Anthem
we all know
looks so
that
good,
one. We
yeah.
talked about it last week.
Yeah.
Let's do a different game just to get the
Okay.
variety.
Okay.
You know?
McSpicy, for you.
Well, I've said it many times. Cuphead.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
really like
big news
Cuphead.
with
They got an announcement to a release date, which is awesome. I've been
Yes.
waiting for this game for a very long time. Crackdown. I mean, I can go to. I have a list in front of me of all the games.
Yeah, but
and
these are all the Xbox.
those are the those
I
are
thought you said Xbox.
No.
Outside the Xbox.
outside because we
conference.
talked about
We
the
talked
Xbox
I don't
conference
understand the
last-
question.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. You just asked me to say outside the Xbox, but make it sure we're talking about
No,
Xbox.
Sorry, outside the Xbox conference.
There's a line there that I don't know which side to go on.
because we talked about the Xbox conference
So,
last week. I don't want to double up.
Your
this week.
favorite, a game that stood out to you
That was not.
has to deal with that's going to be on Xbox, but was not announced during Microsoft's conference.
Yes. That was not talked about. Let's let Jordan go first.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jordan.
I think I'm gonna pick one that I think we're all secretly excited for, but some
Sure.
people are afraid to say it. South Park: The Fractured But Whole. We got kind of a little bit more
I'm not
story.
afraid to
driven.
say it.
Hey,
The first one was awesome.
yeah, and the
first
second
one was so
one
funny.
looks even better. I'm really excited for this one. They showed it off at Ubisoft
Sure.
stage. I really liked the first one a lot. I mean, it's not for children,
Yeah.
but it was fun and it was funny, and they did a lot of cool gameplay mechanics. And the second one, they're improving upon that, and you're superheroes this time. So I was that one just looks fun to me.
Yeah. No, completely agree. Mine is Wolfenstein
Yeah,
from Bethesda. That takes off. The story is where it ends, and it looks so good. That story
yeah, because you were
is
saying
a very underrated
it
story.
picked up right where it left
Yeah,
out.
the story is super underrated. You've got to play that game to experience the story. A game, Bethesda's doing such a good job with their single-player first-person shooters.
Mhm.
Doom is one of those. Doom is not as strong on the story side, I feel like, as Wolfenstein, but Wolfenstein has the advantage of a really cool premise.
Yeah.
The Nazis in the future if they won the war. That's basically
Doom's
what
premise is basically to get the gameplay going.
you're in. Yeah, Doom's presence is you're in hell, kill things.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, they do it
When
really
done
well.
correctly, there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
And so Wolfenstein really, I'm just super excited for Wolfenstein. Outside of that, a game that it's a surprise. It's my guilty pleasure. And I told Mark this the other day. This to me is the Expendables or the Pacific Rim of racing games. And that is the Need for Speed that was shown
Yeah, it really was.
at EA.
They
was
did
just
the
explosions and crazy racing things that you
yeah,
just
it
would
did
never see.
It did like the slow motion Burnout Paradise, you know, when
Yeah.
when something crashes, and it's I really think it's fast. Need for Speed just feels like Fast and Furious the game. Like it's just
Yeah.
over the top, but that's
It's over
it
the
just
top.
pushes all the right buttons.
It does.
you know,
and
that's
I was
just-
like, I don't think
they
I
should
don't
just get
know
a
if I-
bald main character.
it's like I don't know if I like this game, but I'm going to play it.
But I love it.
yeah, right. I know. It's just it's one of those things.
Can I say?
Go ahead.
Or are we? Do we?
No,
wanna
go to
Okay.
me. Go to me now, because I actually have an
Okay,
answer
yeah,
now that
okay,
I
yeah,
understand
yeah.
the question.
Go ahead. Well, again, that
This-
stood out to you.
This may seem like a cop out, but Destiny 2, does that fall under?
That does fall under
It
it.
does
yes.
fall under, yeah.
Because you
I-
can play it anywhere.
And I was yeah.
so can I use that as my
And
answer
it
now?
wasn't
Absolutely.
at the Microsoft
Yeah.
conference. Yeah.
So Destiny 2, I was surprised that because we've heard the DLC for PlayStation, it's timed exclusive.
Yeah, just like
I was
last time.
surprised it wasn't more. Like I thought it would be a bigger deal when
Well,
it
the
was
thing is-
announced. It was just a strike mission and then some skins and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a gun, right?
But
You
that's
really
how it
can't-
was last time.
That's how it was last time. And as Bungie, although they did do something that it's a little iffy, but
Yeah,
we can talk
we can
about
talk about
that later.
Later.
I know what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, but anyway, I think they're.
I mean, they're definitely getting
I
people.
think they're between a rock and a hard place as a developer because they have to do this for Sony because Sony made the deal with Activision.
Because
and
they're
all that
giving them lots of money.
Yeah, exactly.
They're in a real
But-
tough place because they're making a lot of dough.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying, it's like, well, that's all business level, right? I mean, Activision is kind of
Sure.
doing that with Sony, and Activision owns Destiny's IP, right? I mean, you have to do stuff because of that side, but then you have to do it in a way where you're not alienating 50% of your game.
And
you know
I
what
guess
I mean?
I guess that's
And even more now because you got the PC coming.
and I
into
guess
it, you
that's
know
what I
mean?
was
So it's
surprised
kinda-
that I don't feel so alienated as the talk before it being someone that's
It's
not going to
like-
get Destiny on the PlayStation.
It-
Is that fair, Mark? Do you agree with
No,
that?
I
or-
think I might disagree with you, David. I think
you do feel alienated.
well, yeah. I mean, it's a strike mission.
Sure.
That's
Yeah, but remember the two
For
strike
some
missions
reason I
weren't
thought it
that
would be
great.
more.
Let's be real. Strike missions are about 80% of the game. I mean, this
not
one
with
does
all-
have
not
more
with all-
cutscenes.
Yeah, not with all the new cutscenes and map size they have.
You know, it's
Well-
just that is a kick in the pants to not be
I
able
don't
to
know.
play.
The way I felt about it, it's like when someone gets a Happy Meal from McDonald's and they got the crappy toy in there, and you're like, "Oh, that's cool. I wish I would have got it, but nah, I didn't get it. You know, it's okay."
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
it's a
kinda
crappy
that-
toy. And I don't know if the strike mission is going to be crappy or great. That's the thing. Like the last strike mission, the one we didn't get for a year,
Sure.
it wasn't all that great.
That's what I'm saying. It was just like a generic little thing.
That's what I'm saying. But what if it's like the cool Superman toy from the Happy Meal or whatever, and
Yeah.
you're like, I really want that bad. That sucks. I can't have that for a full year.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess we did it to them with Rise of the Tomb Raider, though.
Well, yeah, but that was only 3 months, wasn't
but
it?
when
That was a year.
That was a year.
But when Lara Croft screws you, you're a happy man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a kiss afterwards on that one.
Yes, that's a good one. On that note, let's talk about there was a lot of hubbub.
Hubbub.
There's
Yeah.
a lot. There's a lot of controversy over Destiny's answers,
Yeah.
Bungie's answers regarding
The
frame rates on the Xbox One X and the PC and the PlayStation. Mark, why don't you walk us through that, and then let's talk about that for a minute.
Well, I mean, the controversy, I guess, is the Xbox One X is going to be extremely powerful,
Mhm.
and kind of the frame rate being locked at 30 frames per second, kind of a thing.
Sure.
The-
Whereas on PC, it's unlocked.
it's unlocked, but on the Xbox right now, we know it's locked at
It's
30
locked
frames.
at 30.
The machine
Can handle 60.
can handle
Now-
60.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. Now, I'm not smart when it comes to, like, the down and...
Well, hold on. Let's finish
Okay.
this. So basically, the controversy is the theory is that Bungie is doing that because it has its deal with
Yeah.
Because it's in bed
PlayStation,
with Sony. Yeah.
and it doesn't want to. Do you think that's accurate, or do you think it's just? Do you think that's accurate?
I think so. I think I from what we've seen from the machine, it can handle 60 frames per second.
Sure.
Mhm.
I mean, there's a chance that it can't, but there are pretty good odds that it can.
Sure.
And it's still being locked at 30 frames per second. I believe you call that
Needlessly.
bullcrap. I believe that's the correct term.
Okay. Jordan, what were you saying?
Well, so this is what, like, I was looking at all different comments from different people who are probably smarter than me, and it seemed split 50-50 from
Sure.
what I was reading. But it basically, so from what I was reading, and this is the internet, so take it as you will, right?
Yeah.
Microsoft has basically a big GPU in there, right?
Mhm.
But I guess the processor compared to the PlayStation 4's is just, from what people were saying, and this isn't me, I'm not, super. I know Xbox One X is more powerful than PS4 Pro,
Sure.
right? But they're saying the processor from the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X, they said the Xbox One X is just slightly more powerful because Xbox One X focused a little bit more on the GPU.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, didn't Xbox go into the processor and make a ton of little customizations, like at the ground level? Or was that the GPU that they did that? You know what
No,
I mean?
they did it with all like
all
the
the whole
reverse
thing, yeah.
engineering went through that the whole
So I
thing.
mean, I don't know. Maybe
we just don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And
Maybe
it would piss me off if that machine was capable, and because they're in bed,
But that's
we
what
don't know. So maybe I'm only
well, the
pissed
thing
off
is
in
is
theory.
we don't know.
You're only angry
The thing is we don't necessarily know.
in the ether.
I might be pissed off. I just can't tell right now.
Yeah. Well, the thing is we don't know, but it just seems shady. Because, like, I'd be more comfortable if Microsoft said, yeah, they can't do it. You know what I mean? You know, it'd be hilarious if Microsoft came out and said, actually, they can do it. They're just not letting.
Well,
you.
and the other
That
big
would be awesome.
controversy that happened this week was on came from Rocket League, and had to do with Minecraft as well, and it's the cross-platform play. Sony said that they're concerned about the safety of children for cross-platform play. Phil Spencer punched back and basically said, "So are we." And then the Rocket League developers came back and said, we're ready to go crossplay. It's Sony that's keeping us from crossplay. So that was kind of a big controversy as well. We'll see. I think crossplay is inevitable. I think that's where the future's going. I think it's inevitable.
You show off God of War, and you're concerned about children.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
You can't. You don't have Nintendo's pedigree where they are known for family friendly. Nintendo can get away with it because they literally that's their thing.
Nintendo
right?
can get away
They
with
make
their
it hard for
asinine
me to
online
talk to
features.
friends because of their
I
children.
have to put 2 dongles together to even attempt to talk
Yeah.
to somebody.
So they can say stuff like that, but you can't. They're not doing. That's a lie. They're not doing it because of that. Now that is a lie. Whoa.
Right there.
Yeah. The Destiny one is just shady. Although I did laugh because they were talking about they basically said why they couldn't do it,
Mhm.
and it was basically our game's not optimized. We can't do it.
So let me
That's
tell
pretty
you a
hilarious.
game that I am also super excited for that was announced that is cross-platform, and I'm excited to play it on the Xbox One, and that is Monster Hunter World.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I never got into this game on the 3DS. I owned it on the 3DS, and I tried to play it a couple times. It just wasn't my style. I like it in theory, but I think on the 3DS it just didn't work for me. On a console, I think this works for me. It's arc. It's a more focused arc.
A more focused arc.
Which
which
basically,
means
where all you're
polished?
doing is
Because arc is
a finished. It's a completed arc. I mean, minus you're not focused on. You're literally focused on hunting down monsters. Super excited for this game. Monster Hunter on the consoles. I didn't think that we'd see that at all. I mean, perhaps it was in people's purview. It wasn't in mine. Jordan, what did you think of Monster Hunters?
I'm excited for it. I played one of them on the 3DS. It's a fun game. It's just again, it just pushes the right buttons for you. You're a person,
That it does. You're a person.
and you
Thank
fight
goodness.
giant monsters. Yeah,
we're not an android this time.
there's some RPG elements in it. It's a good time, and I'm excited. A lot of people in our community were saying it this week. I think in Discord, and I
Yeah.
agree with them. It's going to be exciting to have a Monster Hunter on the console. It
I
really is.
I completely agree. Another one from Ubisoft, and this is Ubisoft had a very strong conference. Everybody, I mean, Jordan
Even Jordan.
looks for reasons to hate Ubisoft
I do. I have a personal vendetta.
and
I hate them.
barely found one, and even then their conference was so strong, and that was the Just Dance performance.
I hate that crap.
But even then, their conference was so strong, he could not fault them for it.
No, I think they really did a good job. They came out. Their French CEO.
Mhm.
He came out. He did his thing. I enjoyed his accent. The best thing they did, and I know this doesn't have anything to do with Xbox, but they brought Nintendo's
Nintendo,
guy
yeah.
out, Miyamoto, and the reception he got, it was really cool because that he's just a cool guy, right? I thought that
The
was
god
great.
of gaming.
That was a great way to start the show. But then they jumped right into Assassin's Creed, which looks awesome.
Oh, Assassin's Creed. I think Assassin's Creed is
And
back.
they showed the demo after the show playing on the Xbox One X, which looked fantastic.
Fan-freaking-tastic.
Did anybody know what the frame rate was on that?
60? I don't
Did
know.
they say 60?
No,
I hope
don't know.
I hope
I'm
it
just
is.
making it up. 120?
They showed a game that's coming out that's new, and it was very interesting. Skull and Bones.
Oh, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Skull and Bones is my favorite game from Ubisoft.
Yeah, that one.
There is a game on PC that Jordan and I have played. Naval. What is it called? Naval Warfare. It's World of Tanks.
World of Warships.
World of Warships,
fun.
which I love. Super fun. And all you're in a warship and you go battle.
It's like
This.
it's like Total Rome, even slower.
Yeah, Skull
You're going only 20
Yeah.
knots.
Skull and Bones is that with pirate ships and pirates, and it looks so much fun. I am so excited for that. And can you imagine how good that's going to look on the Xbox One X? It's going to look freaking awesome. Did you happen to see that game, Spicy? Skull and Bones?
I must have fell asleep during that.
It looks.
I'm pulling it up right now, so
It's
I don't
what's-
act stupid. Thanks for calling me out.
It's like Sea of Thieves on steroids. Well, and it's just more focused. You're only in the ships. You're not going off and exploring.
Oh yeah, it looks really
islands.
good. I have it now. Yeah.
Looks fantastic. Jordan, give me another one that stood out to you from that's coming to the Xbox One X.
Another one that
third-party
stood out to me,
title.
third party. Well, of course, I mean, let's just say, let's get one of the big ones out of the way. Battlefront 2.
Oh,
That one just like the Frostbite engine. You think every year when they come out with a new game, they're like, they can't make it look any better.
and then they do.
I don't know what those guys are doing over there. What is it, Stockholm, where DICE is located?
Yeah.
But they're doing
What's
something
in the
right.
water in Stockholm?
Yeah. You think they come in, they're just like, let's just make it look better this year.
Yeah.
And they just do it in a day. You know, they're good. It looked fantastic. I love that we're going through all the eras.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Best comment I saw was George Lucas wish
Yeah.
he had Frostbite engine for Clone Wars
Yeah.
because it does look that
Yeah,
good.
it looks
That's
way good.
awesome.
I love that we're going to a class system, which is great. I love the demo they showed, Naboo.
Yeah.
Basically, it's operations from Battlefield 1 in a Star Wars, because they moved up locations and
Yeah.
the locations changed and it changed the map. Really cool demo. Looks fantastic. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what that one looks like on the One X, because
yeah.
it's gonna. I think they were playing it on the PC, but the One X, I believe, is
It's gonna push
gonna be
that, push
right
that
up
bad
there
boy
with.
over.
I mean, maybe not as crisp as the PC, but it's gonna be right up there with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. That game looked good.
yeah.
And then, of course, there was the Battlefront night maps and DLC, which was
Battlefield.
exciting as well. Oh, sorry, Battlefield night maps, which is exciting. But
Yeah, and I will say so Battlefield is using, it's like a Russian, the Night of the Tsar, right? And you get like a female fighting group, which is really cool. But that's the Women's Battalion of Death. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
The night battles that they showed,
Mhm.
you thought Battlefield 1 looks great, plays great. It's freaking
Wait
intense.
till you see it at night.
Wait till you see it at
Wait
night.
till you see with the lights off.
When there's like and the parts that they showed, you're like running through trenches and stuff, and then there's like fire up here and to your left and to your right.
Somebody's.
It's Mark's phone.
That's my phone's going off.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
okay. That's okay.
It's on the other side of the room.
Well, awkward pause there. There was music playing.
Someone's calling me.
Anyways, Battlefield 1, the expansions, they're rolling, man.
Yeah, they're
they
looking
are
good.
rolling. Even Call of Duty showed off the World War II campaign
Oh, yeah?
trailer. I thought that looked good.
Yeah, it really did. I think that it's just those time eras for shooters
Sure.
just naturally
Feel good.
feel. Yeah, they do. They just
Yeah.
do. You know,
And
I mean,
they're, the time period's super interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
I
I think
agree.
that's what it is. It's just the interesting time period. It's cool. It's good. But no, if you didn't see Battlefront though, I mean
That's what to take a look at.
I think that was their show.
Spicy, you have. you
No,
have
Far
something to
Cry
say.
5. We
Oh,
got to
yeah.
see more
Oh,
of that.
that's
That
right.
game looked real pretty.
What did you give us your overall thoughts, impressions? What stood out to you?
It was pretty.
It was just how good it looked.
It was real pretty. I liked how you could tell the guy to go over there on the snipe tower kind of thing. You got to see some aerial fighting, like going across the ground kind of thing. But really, what stood out to me most was how gorgeous that game looked.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I enjoy myself. I really like Far Cry the series.
I also
Yeah.
liked, and I was worried about, because I said they're implementing, and this is what Ubisoft looks like they're doing. They're taking a little bit from all their games and merging them. So in Assassin's Creed, you have the Eagle Vision now from Far Cry Primal. In Far Cry 5, you can control your dog to go attack people, and I like that how they implemented that, because we knew that they were going to bring animal control. And I was worried that, well, that's so unique but they've done it well. I think
Primal. is
it
what you're
makes
saying,
sense.
yeah.
Your dog, I didn't want them to. Primal's so unique. I didn't want to take it all,
Yeah.
but I think they're doing it well, and that stood out to me in Far Cry 5. Though I don't know how I feel about the story though of Far Cry 5. I'm not gonna lie. The whole religious
cult?
zealot,
Yeah.
violent thing. We'll see how it works out. They're known for their excellent bad guys and for their stories. I don't know. I'm kind of over the
Yeah,
whole
it's not
religious
as-
zealot thing.
This time, I feel like they didn't show off the bad guy
That's
much.
true.
You know what I mean?
That is true. They showed more of the
which is-
features.
Yeah, which was kind of odd because usually they highlight the bad guy.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And they kind of get you excited, like, "Oh, that guy's bad."
Yeah.
You know. Whereas I don't feel like they did that this year. But I mean, they did show off a lot of the features, which is cool.
Ronan in chat on Far Cry 5, who was at E3 representing us, said you can control all of your companions, not just the dog. There was 3 to choose from at their demo.
That's cool.
Very cool.
That's cool.
That is cool. Go ahead, Jordan.
Oh, I was just gonna say one that I was interested in, and I've never played the first one, Beyond Good and Evil 2
Oh,
at the Ubisoft conference.
That looked fantastic.
just like a cool. Now I've never played the first one, and I don't really know what it's about, but it just looked like a cool world to be in.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Two games that did not impress me at the Ubisoft
Yeah.
conference.
Just Dance.
Just Dance, of course.
Yeah, of
The
course.
pandas.
Steep. They seem really invested in Steep, and I
This
think
year,
Steep is cool in
We have
concept.
brought skiing.
No, and I think Steep is cool in concept, and I can understand why where they're trying to go with it. It's either not there yet or it
Yeah.
will never be there. But regardless, I'm not there yet, and I find it to be kind of boring.
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
and you were
Well,
super
it's
excited.
no
I
1080.
I think you've just been burned. I think you're expecting something way bigger than what they gave you.
Well, it looked like a blast. Just go fly around with your friends, and it just wasn't.
Maybe
it just wasn't.
It doesn't feel like, remember 1080 on the 64? It just doesn't feel like that.
Yeah, granted, it's trying to be more realistic, back road skiing, but it's backcountry skiing.
It's trying to be 1080
and Forza
with
Forza.
social media.
Yeah. With social media. There you go.
That's really what it.
Yeah.
How can we combine social media and a
What
snowboarding
did you?
game?
I want to ask you guys this one because honestly, I'm indecisive and I don't know.
Okay.
What did you think of the Crew 2? So the first.
So when
one,
it first came out, I was like, when they first showed, I was like, what is this? And then I figured out it was Crew. I like that you can fly.
yeah,
now.
I like the idea
plane.
of not just cars this time
Yeah.
around. Anything with a motor is kind of their motto,
planes,
right? So
helicopters,
planes, boats.
I didn't see trains on there though.
That's a
drag
shame. You need a
racing
train.
That has motors.
I won't even have to steer. I can just hold down the right trigger the entire time.
The only thing is, it looked cool and it looked fun, but the first game, I have the first game. I've played it for a little while. It just didn't hold me. You know what I mean? It didn't. I kept jumping over to like Forza Horizon 2 and for you know what I mean, that and even Need for Speed.
Yeah.
It just the first one didn't capture me. You know what I mean? It didn't hold my attention.
Well, that
very
was a
long.
game that was very co-op oriented.
Yeah, see, and maybe that's why. You know
And
what I
you
mean?
didn't have people to play with because no one else played.
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean, so this one it looks fun.
Mhm.
And I like like I said, I like the idea of all motors. You got planes, dirt bikes, cars, boats, everything, right? I don't know. I feel like I'm just in the middle with it, you know?
Yeah,
I was wondering what you
well,
guys thought.
I'm kind of with you. I'm on a wait and see.
Yeah.
Because
We really don't see gameplay in
yeah,
this
that's my
stuff.
problem. It
Yeah.
just showed like features as far as like through CGI with the plane flying by and the cars are racing each other, and then there flashes to boats and then a helicopter. And so I don't.
The Golden
I don't
Gate Bridge.
Going off to the desert.
Yeah.
know. And so I'm with you. I'm a wait and see.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Because
guy.
the concept of the Crew, especially the first one, like playing with your friends, having this giant, map. I mean, I just don't know.
Yeah. Can I get into my sports games?
Get into it.
Okay.
You know what? You should probably get into your sports games.
Thank you. So FIFA is going to continue. FIFA 18 is going to continue with Alex Hunter. They made a big deal about that. So Alex Hunter was their story mode campaign in FIFA 18. I actually really like this. They showed that. We really didn't see a lot of gameplay from FIFA during the EA conference anywhere. I'm sure that there was lots of demos and footage out now maybe of gameplay. They really focused on it being more realistic. It's much more focused. They used Ronaldo to do the motion capture, et cetera, and very individualized. They also focused on the atmosphere of the stadiums, which is a huge deal. Overall, FIFA 18, I think we're going to see nominal improvements, and we're going to see continuation of the story mode, which I think in sports games is a good thing. NBA 2K kind of does that. FIFA does it. Alex Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's
That's a
coming
big
over
one.
to Madden.
Yeah.
This kind of a lot of people were making fun of this. I like it. I like this idea of having a campaign mode. You go through like his high school career.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name
I
of the
think
guy.
it's a cool idea
College,
too. I agree
you're
with
trying
you.
to make the pros. You're a rookie. I like it. It gives me. It's just another feature, another way for me to experience Madden.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like it. I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Also, another big announcement. Aren't they all moving over to the Frostbite engine now?
They're all on the Frostbite engine.
I think
That
EA
was
is
huge.
smart to shift all of their IPs over to the Frostbite engine.
It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And then NBA Live. Now, NBA Live, you all know I have been super critical of. The reason I've been super critical of it is because NBA Live at one time was my favorite basketball game. 2K caught up, took it over. NBA Live went away. I give it give credit to EA for sticking to it. I think this is the third iteration of NBA Live on the
newer
new
generation,
consoles and really trying to bring it back. And it looks like they're trying to do what they were doing before. They have a really cool RPG mode where you can play as your player, story mode, so to speak, but you play with him in NBA games, and you take it to the street, and you level up different aspects by doing different things and playing in different
Kind of like
arenas.
a combo of NBA Street and
It's kind of this all. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I might give NBA Live a shot this year. I might give it a shot.
again, Frostbite engine.
But I give them credit sticking it out, and I think that's just what you got to do when you're jumping back into sports. So, for instance, if EA
life gives you lemons.
Yeah. Well, if EA were to ever jump into Major League Baseball, which somebody needs to do sometime because Sony owns the only baseball game out there, it's gonna take time to catch up because sports games, especially, you create the framework and then each year you build and improve on it. And so I just think it's so hard to jump into.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to give NBA Live credit. I might jump in this year and give NBA Live 18 a shot. So it's called the One mode, by the way. Their RPG story mode. I think it looks really cool. Okay.
Cool.
We've gone through.
Cool.
We've gone through.
You got it off. Get it off your skin there.
Yes, thank you. We've gone through a lot of the games, a lot of the highlights. What gets game of the conference for you?
Oh, that's tough.
Do we just answer?
I
Or
guess.
are you gonna call on us?
Well, thank you, Jordan, for raising your hand.
I got to go over the list because it's.
I know what it is.
I'll start.
I think I know what it
I'll
is.
start with mine.
Yeah.
And then we'll just go Jordan and then Spicy. Mine is Anthem, hands down. I know it's a long time till it comes out. Anthem just blew me away.
That's a good one.
It looks like Destiny on steroids. I like the world that it's in. I like the features that you can you know flying around, going underwater. It looks so good. Whether it pans out that's actually what we get is yet to be determined because what is the date on this? 2018?
Spring 2018.
Spring 2018. So it's not that far away.
No, it's spring 2018.
So it's not that far away. So that's not too far away. But I hope it is everything that they showed us. I think it looks fantastic.
It's probably going to end up being fall because they'll delay it. Usually, you know.
Yeah. That game got me most excited of any game at the conference of any of them. With a close second, I'll be honest, God of War is a close second for me. I've always liked the God of War series.
I like where they're going with the God of War series.
I do like where they're going with it. But overall, Anthem, I like that they highlighted it on the Xbox One X. It looked gorgeous, and it was all real time streaming recorded on the Xbox One X.
Now, I saw a lot of things online like, oh, it's going to be downgraded, this and that. But as far as we know, and it's been confirmed right now, that game was running, like you said, in real time on the Xbox
confirmed
One
by
X.
multiple sources.
Yep. So that, from what we know now, is going to be what it looks like on the Xbox One X, and that's fantastic. And that leads me to mine. Anthem is my game of the show. Everybody loves that new, cool, exciting
It did
thing. You know what I
things
mean?
to me that I didn't know could be done to me.
Okay, so Gaslit Magician says fall. My notes here say spring. So
yeah, I thought I heard false too.
So I might be wrong. The notes right here say spring. So it's probably fall. I'm probably wrong. Thanks, Gaslit.
So Anthem, continue. You just that's your game of the show, Jordan.
Yeah, Anthem. I just thought it looked. It just got the excitement and juices running. See, and my close second is Crackdown 3 because I like the Crackdown series. I love that they got Terry Crews,
and he's a playable character.
Oh, did they announce that?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I just think Crackdown. I'm excited where they're going with it. I wish, and I think this was a mistake on Microsoft's part. I wish they would have done an actual gameplay demo on stage for us.
Agreed. You want to see that destruction, especially if it is what they're touting that it is.
Yeah,
right?
I want to see a little bit more about these, which I'm sure we'll get. You know, like we always do with games close to they come out. But I just think that was a good opportunity for them that they kind of missed out on. But second for me would be Crackdown 3. I'm just really excited that it's finally coming.
Yeah. Mr. McSpicy, game of the conference from you, no matter what platform it's on, anything game of the conference.
So I was gonna say Anthem too, but that's kind of
that's okay.
No,
if
that's
that's what
good.
it is,
it looks really. That game looks fantastic. It really does. I'm just gonna say that's my answer, but I'll have some runner-ups.
Okay.
You've already said everything I think we need to say about Anthem. It looks gorgeous. I want that button that shoots 40 missiles at everybody.
Yeah.
I love that. I want that in my life.
Yeah.
It just goes target. It does the whole Tony Stark Iron Man, and then boom.
It's like the MMO Iron Man, basically. Is
it
kinda what
really
this
is.
game yeah.
It's Tony Stark's Destiny.
Or co-op Ohoma. Yeah.
Destiny by Tony Stark.
Yeah.
But no, I have been waiting so long for Cuphead. I'm serious.
Cuphead is your game. And
I
I tell you what,
Finally got a release date.
Yeah.
you think it would get old seeing it, but every time they bring it up, and they show the same footage, even like the boss fight, you know, against the big thing, and every time I'm just like, that looks cool.
It looks so
it's
good.
beautiful.
It's very
I mean,
unique.
it is. It really is.
And
Watch it be just a complete flop.
It'd be
a
just
complete
terrible.
disappointment.
That would be so sad because it looks so good. It's real pretty. It's real pretty. Another runner-up is Spider-Man on the PlayStation.
That did
Yeah.
look cool.
I smiled a lot.
It's Insomniac, and I think
did Sunset
Troubadour
Overdrive.
had brought this up in chat during one of the streams. He wonders if Insomniac's going to go back and forth. So exclusive for Microsoft,
Oh, okay.
Sunset Overdrive, exclusive for PlayStation.
would
back
actually
and forth.
be
That's
good
not
for
a bad
them, yeah.
business model.
Obviously, they're not owned by.
No.
I mean, I don't know how their deal works because they did do Sunset Overdrive. So obviously, Sony does not own them.
No. Yeah,
you
they're.
know,
I mean,
the
they're
way that
independent.
their
It's,
own
they're
thing,
not.
but
It's not a bad way to do it.
why don't they just make games for both and they can make more money?
Yeah, come on, Insomniac,
Throw
what are you
that out there.
thinking?
I'm not against exclusives, but I'm just saying.
But I would say those three. Those
Yeah.
three right there.
Overall, just a fantastic. oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry,
Go ahead,
I forgot to mention one
Go ahead.
because it's a big one, especially for Xbox
Sure.
people. Is Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is a fantastic series. and
Jordan's
it
so
was
excited. He's playing.
Yeah, it's so nice to see that Xbox logo at the beginning and the end of the trailer that they released. Just because I mean, it's cool when a good game series comes to your console. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
very exciting.
Super exciting.
We're offending people by not saying Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
I want to talk about how I feel about that game right now
Okay, go ahead.
because I've been excited for that for a very long time.
Ronan in chat did say he played the demo and he at E3 and he said it just brings smiles to your face.
Okay, because I still don't get the game.
Well, I think that's what's
understand
exciting about it is that
You don't know what to do.
you don't know what to do.
I know.
But it feels very sandboxy. It's just do
Well,
whatever.
Yeah, and from
As
what
a pirate.
from what I get from it, you start like I said last week. You start out with a dinghy. You're nothing, you know,
That's what every man starts out with in
Yeah.
his life, Jordan.
and you go
that's all you have.
and you go out and
At
you
one
find
point, that's it.
yeah, you go out, you find treasure, you bring it back, you upgrade your characters, your ships, and that's a fun concept. But my only issue with it is at some point you got to release the game.
That's
You know what I
the
mean?
thing. That's why it wasn't on my list. Is
And
I mean,
that
Cuphead at least came out with a date.
yeah, that Todd Howard. He just got me when he was like, you know what we're gonna do last year at E3 when he said, you know what, we're just gonna announce games and then release them a few months later. We're not even gonna tell you about them if they're not ready. And I said, you know what, that's not a bad idea. And one thing Bethesda did do that I enjoyed is everything they showed. He said at the end, you will be playing this year.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about this a while ago, but that's why I appreciate
You
it. So
like
it's just
that.
it's just, you know, at some point you got to release the game.
No
Or else your excitement's-
no Elder Scrolls though.
But see, that lets me know that we're probably not getting it this year
Well, of course
because
not.
they're not showing it up. You know what I mean? So there's no need to get excited for anything. It's not coming this year. You know?
I like it. Yeah.
Ronan just said he thinks from what he played, it's mind blowing. Sea of Thieves. What? That's good to hear.
Well, that's really exciting. I'm excited for
That's
Sea of Thieves.
awesome.
I'm so excited. I'm mad that it's not coming out.
Let's get into some questions. First question comes from Duncan Bartley. He says, when will we see more community-inspired LFG events? The release of Minecraft, XoneBros server, and the community Battlefield 1 Platoon. Thanks for all the great podcasts. Duncan, they are coming, and the Minecraft server, we have been talking about it since the announcement at E3.
Yeah,
That's going to be huge.
yeah.
It's
We're
going to be
have.
awesome.
I think we should keep our current neighborhood and just expand the street. You know,
Just-
I mean, we have people coming in. We'll have an open door policy,
yeah.
but well,
Just
maybe
let's
not at
build
my
a
house. I might
utopia.
lock my house. Up.
I'm gonna
I'm
lock
gonna
it
lock
up.
my house up, but
I am gonna leave a little, sign that people can sign. That's
Yeah, like a guest book.
yeah, exactly,
Guess
exactly.
No, they're definitely coming. Same with the Battlefield 1 Platoon. In fact, I believe that if you head over to Discord, I believe that was being set up. Someone's taking that on, as well as, what was the other one? I can't remember. But someone's taking that on.
explain Battlefield 1 Platoon because that's
Go
we
ahead.
didn't talk about it, but it's really cool.
Go ahead.
It's competitive Battlefield 1. It's a smaller base game. It's a smaller game mode with a more team
Yeah.
focused.
And you can set up dog tags, XoneBros, dog tags, set up a official clan, so to speak. Now, in all of these games, in many of these games, whether it's Destiny, Minecraft, Ark, any Division, wherever there are clans, we can't be everywhere. There's just way too many games for us to play, and we can't be in charge of them. Discord helps us organize this. If you want to take it on and you want to head up the XoneBros, whatever clan,
The crew
clan, do it. Please do it. We have one of our most successful ones and successful examples is Forza Horizon 3. Our car club in Forza Horizon 3. Someone has created that. There's leadership in there. Within the leadership, they're on there still to this day, doing things, keeping it current. We just can't be there. So if you want to do it, that's what Discord is for. We are facilitating a community to make this all possible. Please feel free to do it. Check if there's already one, and then bring it up in Discord. That's where we're all there to communicate.
Yeah, and then we'll push it out for you. We'll make it happen.
Absolutely. Rune Trelvik writes in and wants to know, was it a good thing or a bad thing for Xbox not to show off another Halo this year? Jordan, I'm going to throw this to you. Good thing or bad thing for Xbox not to show another Halo this year?
Well, look. It falls again. If it's not going to come out for a couple years, then don't show me.
So Jordan has a little bit different philosophy.
Yeah, I've really Todd Howard changed my whole thinking on this. I didn't mind that there wasn't a Halo there.
Those are my shorts that you're wearing.
I know. I wear them for work. They're very nice.
Did you steal those when you were on vacation?
No, he's had those for years now. I think I let him borrow them one time, and I've never gotten them back. And multiple occasions, he comes over to my house wearing them. I'm like, hey, those are my shorts.
If it makes you feel any better, I've been eating his muffin.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Poppy seed.
You got an eternal Steel Jordan's muffin.
Yeah, I'm still in his muffin. While he's been looking at you, I've been grabbing a piece here.
So I don't think it's bad that they didn't show Halo. I mean, it's about that time frame. Usually it's kind of every other year we get a main Halo. Maybe every 3 years or so. But I think they kind of stepped. This is just my personal opinion.
Sure.
Okay.
I think they kind of stepped on themselves.
Okay.
They released. Well, first of all, we got Halo 2s last year, right? And then we got Halo 5 before that. So we're still getting a Halo a year.
Well, Halo Wars 2.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Halo Wars 2.
Yeah, Halo Wars 2.
Last year, and then Halo 5. So we're still getting,
I don't know if that's considered. I mean, it's in the universe,
but it's still kind of that's what I mean. Like, we're getting a Halo universe, if you will, every year.
And at this one, we did get the Halo 2 expansion, DLC.
Yeah, which was actually really exciting.
And the Flood.
Yeah,
the Flood is
really,
back,
really
baby.
exciting. I think they kind of stepped on themselves when, okay, so what happened is Halo 5 came out, and a lot of people were disappointed that a good chunk of the story
was not
Master Chief, right? A majority of the story was not Master Chief. And they made one of the dumbest comments I've ever heard in my life. And I like 343 a lot. I think they've done a good job, but that was a stupid comment. They came out and they said, "We didn't realize you guys liked him that much." Like, it was just, what?
You did.
Master Chief is
I believe on the Xbox One S you put a little miniature Master Chief like engraved in it when you open the box. Like, how do you? It was a dumb comment that shouldn't have been said, right? And I think,
was it said jokingly?
No, it was. I didn't take it jokingly, and a lot of people didn't take it jokingly.
It might have been intended jokingly, but you did not take it jokingly.
You can't really show emotion when you tweet something, or
This is true.
So you probably should. But I just
you
thought that was
a little smiley face.
You got to go LOL at the end of anything.
LOL or like the smirky smiley face.
I thought that was.
or Kappa.
Yeah.
I thought that was a dumb comment.
Uh-huh.
And again, this is just my opinion. I think they are backpedaling, saying, "Okay, this is not what this is." I think Halo 6 had a lot of Sergeant Locke in it, or Spartan Locke in it.
Sure.
It was kind of veering away from Master Chief, and I think they have seen that the fans do not like that, and they're reevaluating the game.
A poll just went up in chat that asked the question, were you disappointed not seeing Gears of War or Halo at E3? 80% of people in chat said, no, don't show me till it's ready.
Amen to that.
Which I think that is a good philosophy.
And Howard we trust, right,
yeah,
Jordan?
That's what I'm saying. Now, I just, about the Halo, that's what I just personally think. I think they were going one way with the story. Fan outcry kind of made them have to come another way, and I think they just need to maybe redevelop a few things. I could be completely wrong, but that's just what I think, and I'm okay with them changing things, just, when they're ready to show it. Jealous,
Again,
right?
Ronan in chat says, I like that they had a successful press conference without their two biggest sellers. He thought it was good that they took a break off. People in chat, B-Boy Will and Ghastly Magician, not only agreed,
And there's nothing
agreed
wrong with letting
emphatically.
it sit. I think that's, kind of what Call of Duty suffers from sometimes is you get it so often it loses its excitement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have to wait for something,
It becomes
it's a
an
little bit exciting.
expectation, not
Yeah,
an
yeah,
anticipation.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could do what Sony does and just keep releasing the same content every E3.
The drip.
The drip. You're gonna get God of War someday.
Yeah.
There it
Yeah,
is
they just
again.
show, like,
Give
a
me more,
different-
give
By
me
the
more.
time they give it to you, you've already actually beaten half the game because they've shown you.
Yeah.
No, overall, Xbox did really well. I agree. Didn't have to show it. Freudian Slip writes in. Oh, great question, Rune. Thank you so much for that. Freudian Slip writes in, aka Justin Thomas. He's one of our authors over at our blog. Which, if you haven't read our blog lately, it's blown up. Go check it out. You'll really enjoy yourself over there. I'd like to know your thoughts about Anthem and whether there's enough info yet to say it's Destiny's rival. He said they'd mentioned something about it being a game for a long time, but didn't say the quote 10 years like Destiny claimed before release. What are your thoughts?
I think it's smart that they didn't say 10 years.
I did too, because Destiny was a little bit misleading in that respect, and I
Uh-huh.
don't think they were misleading. I think things changed on the ground that forced them to do a Destiny
Well,
2.
I feel bad. Like, I make fun of Destiny all the time, but I really kind of feel for Bungie sometimes because I feel like they had this great idea and then then the entire world played their game.
Literally,
And I
it's the
think-
number
and
one
I
game
think- and they're
played
like,
all
"Oh,
the time."
crap.
Well, and
Just so many things came up, feature, and it's just
well,
like,
and Destiny gets so much criticism, yet everyone plays it.
Yeah,
it's
you know
such a
what I
good
mean? Yeah.
game.
Because
But-
they have a really good. It's a good formula.
But do you think
Technical.
enough has been released to say that Anthem? And I just said it earlier in the podcast that it looks like the next Destiny. More of what I want from a Destiny type of game.
If
Is it
Destiny
too
were-
early to say that?
Well, I mean, from what I've seen, it looks like a more badass Destiny.
I think that's a good way to say it. Yeah.
so I would say yes. I think it can compete if it has. I mean, visually, yes. I mean, it has Iron Man, which I'm really happy about. A lot of
versions
missiles.
Iron
A lot of
Man.
missiles.
Yeah.
You know, you can fly underwater.
Yeah.
You're not swimming underwater. You're flying
flying.
underwater.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it looks really good. I think if it has any kind of RPG system, it's not RPG system. Just what makes Destiny great is the drive to continue playing it. You know, the drive.
Yeah.
The more you play, the more you get rewarded.
Also, the shooting mechanics.
Yeah,
on
it's
point.
it's really good. And if they add that to Anthem, absolutely it can contend.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what's in it. We don't
No,
know if
we
there's
don't.
weapons that you can,
We just know-
legendaries and all that.
We
stuff,
just know what they've shown us.
which looks like a more badass Destiny.
Yeah, absolutely. Great question, Freudian Slip. Thanks for sending that in.
Can I just correct myself real quick?
Oh yeah, I
So
like it when you correct yourself.
In the Halo thing, they didn't say it exactly how I said it.
Oh,
They didn't
okay.
say, "Oh, we didn't realize you wanted more Master Chief." They basically said, in a nutshell, "Sorry, we learned that you guys want more Master Chief, and we're doubling down on him
okay.
in the next one." But still, I think the concept still applies that he
More
is
Master
the
Chief,
franchise.
more.
You
It's
know what
like
I mean?
sugar. More sugar is never a bad thing.
Well,
It's like
just-
you make a Mario game and it's all about Koopa.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly. I mean, I liked Halo 5. I don't think it was the strongest story, and I personally was disappointed. I mean, I liked, Fireteam
Mario
Osiris,
makes
but-
an appearance.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I do wish there was more Master Chief, but I just feel like if you want to veer into different stories with big franchises like this who have established characters, you need to make sub-game, like kind
Make
of
a
sub-game.
separate,
Yeah,
like
ODST
yeah.
or Reach. You know what I mean? But anyway, I just wanted to correct myself. So
Thank you
those
for that.
that are yelling at
That's
their radio.
how we
can
do it
no
here.
longer
We
yell at their radio.
issue corrections
Yeah.
That
immediately.
way we say stupid stuff and
And then we
correct
fix it later.
Fix it
Jeffrey
50 minutes after you
Jeffrey
stop
Allman
listening.
writes in and says, "Don't neglect the indies. He liked the Artful Escape, Full Metal Furies, the Darwin Project, Unruly Heroes, Fable Fortune. He thinks they all look fantastic, and we have neglected
The Artful
the
Escape.
indies. The Artful
You
Escape.
can't neglect that one.
No, that is up Mr. McSpicy's alley right there. The Artful Escape, the guitar toting.
The same
That's-
alley where you get the drugs.
Yeah.
That's
That's the Harry Potter meets Yellow Submarine acid acid game where he just starts flying while playing the guitar.
Yeah, and
Well,
I think the Darwin Project for me looks like an X Factor game. It could change the competitive shooting genre overnight if it is good.
Well, that's. I mean.
I
if
mean,
it's
I think it's a unique take on what's already being done.
Well, I
Which I
like
like.
that it's IDARB kind of. You know what I mean?
Well, it's
It has that
IDARB.
idea,
It's
you
the
know?
Hunger Games concept where
Yeah.
people can watch you play and then give you a gift. And I really think that if they add the sparks on Mixer, this could be freaking huge.
Oh yeah. I mean, it could be what not only takes it over the top, but what takes Mixer to the
Mixer-
next level as well.
Yeah, if you integrate that, and I'm not saying they have or they will, but that would be
Well,
awesome.
it is an exclusive on
It's-
the Xbox One. Mixer is
No, what? Xbox didn't have any exclusives.
That's what the internet says,
Yeah,
but that's
sorry,
not what's
sorry.
that's not what's correct.
It's not reality.
Oh, no, sorry.
And so it could.
Mainstream media.
I definitely think that that's exactly what what they're going for. It will be on Mixer.
Yeah.
So that's
I just
cool.
hope there's like this love story between two characters,
And then you
and
end
then
up having
people.
to
I'm
kill
like,
each
oh,
other.
I want them to live. You know, and
I know.
that would be awesome.
And you vote berries, berries.
Thanks, Jeffrey Allman. Chris Brodka writes in, and we've talked about this
Say
a little
you're
bit
pregnant.
before, but I thought this would be a good question to bring back. Chris Brodka, good timing. He says, now that both Sony and Microsoft have different tier but same platform consoles, do you see this becoming a trend, and would you like to see this in the future where they offer different tier consoles? We've talked about this before. Absolutely. I think this is great for gaming. For instance, let me give you a real world example. I just stuttered a lot there.
No, I want you to give me a real world example.
See?
I was doing what you did.
I don't think you did that on purpose. That's a hard sentence to say.
The arsonist has oddly shaped feet.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
My cousin Alex, shout out to Alex in
Hey, there he is.
Hey, Alex.
in Southampton, over in the UK. He is a PlayStation guy. He owns the PlayStation. He was debating. He wants to jump into the Xbox for the multiplayer aspects. Should I get a Scorpio? He has messaged me. He thinks he's going to hold off on the Scorpio and just go for the 1S because the Scorpio is too expensive, but he wants to jump into the Microsoft ecosystem for multiplayer. That is exactly how this is intended to go.
Yeah.
Everyone that writes, well, I don't know who the Xbox One X is for, it's clearly not for someone like Alex. It is for someone who wants to pay that kind of money for a premium console product.
Yeah. Well,
That is
and
it.
I feel
And I think PlayStation 4 is the same way. Xbox is.
Yeah.
I think you're just. this is the future. Of
yeah, and I
gaming.
feel
It's here.
like
It
I
has arrived.
saw a comment in Discord that said, because 4K TVs aren't cheap,
no,
right?
no, they're not.
And they were saying, someone that's willing to pay a lot of money for those 4K TVs is okay paying this price for a 4K device
Agreed.
to utilize their 4K TV.
Agreed.
And I think that's right. It's for that type of person and me.
And I think tiered
Someone that can't afford any of it, but
Tiered,
still wants it.
tiered console pricing is here. It exists and has always existed in the PC gaming world, just by the nature of PCs. You could have the high end, you could have the low end, and you're both in the same boat.
That brings up I've seen a lot of comments worried about having someone on the X versus someone on the standard Xbox, whether or not there's an advantage to the higher.
Sure.
The
That
higher.
was brought up with Destiny a lot.
Yeah. That's and what's funny is a lot of people chiming in are PC gamers, which
Sure.
I consider myself a PC gamer, and they're saying how stupid kind of the advantage is.
They're complaining about it.
Yeah, that's what's existed in the world of PC gaming. Like you literally
That's not
can be better by paying more. Not be better, but you could.
You give yourself a little bit of an edge.
You give yourself an
you
edge by
think-
buying the 1080 Ti, for example.
But
Do
it
you
exists in every competitive. It exists in basketball. If you have shoes or cleats that are lighter and give you more support and softer and enable you to do whatever it is you need to do a little
Fly
bit better.
harder, run faster.
Golf. Look at golf.
Oh, that's a big one.
Look at tennis. Anything. I mean, you want to.
I'm sorry, but money gets you cool stuff.
Money gets you a better product.
No, yes, I'm glad you brought
But in all those sports, your skill still matters.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods, I'm never going to beat Tiger Woods no matter what kind of clubs I have.
I don't know. Maybe he's drunk or
yeah.
maybe
Well,
he's yeah.
It's good that you brought that up because a lot of people were complaining like, oh, but the real reason Bungie's not doing the Destiny thing on Xbox One X is because they don't want to divide the community and have that 60 frames be an advantage. But I don't see it because take Overwatch on the PC. Do you think every single player in Overwatch on the PC is running at 60 frames a second?
No, and some of them are running at 240, 144. It's all over the place because people have.
I guarantee you, there's
rigs.
a lot more than a handful that run at 30.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That still play and still have fun and still do well,
and will still play competitively.
Trust me, your game is nowhere near smart enough to detect what frame rate you're running at and then match you up with those people.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So, like you said, it's been going on forever. That's just the nature of technology. If you have better technology, you're gonna have
a little bit of an edge,
smoother experience.
In theory,
and put it
in
this way.
reality, it's not necessary. I mean, okay, Tiger Woods versus Tiger Woods, the equipment's going to make a difference, but we're not all Tiger Woods.
No, and put it this way. I sucked at Destiny PvP, so even if I had 60 frames a second, I'm sure a lot of people would still beat me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still
That's the thing. I mean, I remember when I was really into StarCraft 2, I thought I'd improve my gameplay by getting a mechanical keyboard because that's what all the pros use.
Yeah.
Nope. I still lost.
Still didn't make it.
Still, I mean, it probably helped. I don't know. I couldn't. It made a cool clickety click sound.
It did. It was loud.
Clickety 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 click. But no, I mean, I think practice is going to get you a little further.
Yeah.
Practice.
Talk about
Practice. Practice. Anyways, great question, Chris Bodka. Thanks for writing that in. Last but not least, let us end with Blake the Barber.
Barber Blake.
He wants to know our updates on your cities and city skylines. I'm concerned. This is what he says. Quote, I'm concerned about Jordan's districts, David's lack of planning, and how Mark is dealing with pollution. I will say I actually have jumped into that this week.
You did?
I have been playing it. The fast forward button makes a huge difference.
Oh, man.
My city has grown. I've doubled in size, tripled in size.
Well, how big are you now?
I'm in the 30s.
30,000?
Yeah, I'm in the 30s, baby.
How do you deal with traffic with your roads?
Traffic has actually not because I've also expanded my area, so my population is really spread out, and I've got different freeway entrances at different points. I do have a train station, and I have bus routes now. I have had to go into public transport. I held out, but I now need public transport. I basically now have my vacation area. I've got my casino gambling area, and I do have now my business area, and I really like the districts. Mm-hmm. I'm going to reiterate this. We talked about this before with City Skylines, but the districts are blowing my mind. You can focus your districts on, like I have one district focused solely on tourism.
Yeah, I actually have one of those as well.
Oh, super cool. But the fast forward button blows my mind. I've not noticed lag yet. Maybe when I get up and my city gets super huge, but I have expanded the land of my city big time.
Nice.
Yeah, I now have an island.
You have an island?
I have an island.
Is it your resort town?
I've also,
or did you turn it into a dump town?
It's not yet. On that I have purified my water.
Oh,
I
good
have water purification system.
I remember seeing all that crap going down the river.
All that poop.
I laughed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so that's mine. Have you guys had a chance to jump into
Sometimes you got to humble your citizens by doing that.
Yeah, sometimes,
I'm not afraid to do it.
They were getting a little too uppity in some of those neighborhoods. So I said, you know what? You have that nice little rafting area, casual beach. Now it's poop.
Now it's covered in poop.
Now it's poop beach. Anyways, it looks like I'm the only one that's played City Skylines.
I haven't.
I play it here and there. I walled off one of my districts because I got this idea. I started watching the show on.
Well, how did you wall it off?
I used big freeways because you can't. There's no walls, right? So no, check this out. So I started watching.
Freeways are like the most expensive thing in the game.
I know.
Why did you? Was there like crime problems?
No. So I was thinking. So I hate that district.
Okay.
Right? Because they're always complaining.
Why don't you just demolish it?
Because they need to be. I take it personal, man. They need to be taught a lesson.
This is not the game for you. Tropico 5 is the game for you.
No, so I was watching this show on Netflix with Sawyer from
Jordan is President Snow.
Sawyer from Lost?
Yeah,
the actor
course.
that plays Sawyer. He's in this new show called Colony. I think it just had season 2. And it's the gist of the story is aliens come to Earth and they basically wall off cities, and they kind of hold humanity prisoner.
Okay.
And so there's downtown Los Angeles and Santa Monica, same city, right, or same area, but they're walled off, right?
Okay.
People are trapped on both sides. And I was watching this show, and it ended up being really good. And I was like, hey, it's not a bad idea. So, because that that district just bothers me. I like take it really personal that they're upset. You know, I see it this way: if you have a crappy life, go to school, which I put there for you, and move to one of the higher districts. So I couldn't find.
They can't move there if you walled them off.
No, there's a road going in and out that they can use, but you can't put security there
It's
yet,
a toll road.
Yeah.
So
It
you
is
can't afford to
separate.
get out your stock. only
No, so I
only the
couldn't-
connected can get.
I should post.
Have
I
you
should,
named this district
I should-
like Poop Town or something?
I don't. I know. I think it's just one of the generic district names, but I should take a screenshot and show you. I'm pretty proud of it. It's. I couldn't figure out how to put walls up because I had this idea, right? So I built like basically a double layer freeway.
Yeah,
to kinda
yeah.
make it look like a wall all the way around it.
That's so
And
expensive.
then I have
that costs
one-
more
No,
than
it
the
did.
school.
It did. I had to raise taxes.
Then you
But
tax the district.
You
that
know what
just
you can
walled
do to
off.
them? You can
I know,
actually you can individually tax that district way more than
Yeah,
everyone
you
else.
can.
No, they
Bring it up
already
to
are.
30%,
They already
man.
are because I hate them. But no, yeah. So I have. It's just really cool. I thought it was fun. I really should play.
Can you get
Tropico.
right? Because in SimCity you could get riots. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
If your
just
people
waiting
were-
for them.
Can
to
you
release-
can you displeasure your citizens enough that they start to riot?
I don't know. I put a police station in there, so hopefully
you
that's
did
helping
put a
out.
police station in there?
Yeah, I
I'd
took it
pull 'em
out.
out.
I took it out, but then I put it back in because I felt bad for him.
Oh,
But
at
I'm
least you
just
have a heart.
I'm actually I'm kind of using this as like my experimental zone because as soon as they release the disasters, I'm gonna let
life
that
that
rip,
happens.
right through those people.
Oh, now that is
Yeah,
so
I
funny.
I jump in there and
Well, you
see how the
shouldn't be
people are doing.
concerned about Jordan's districts. You should be concerned about his people in one district.
There, the way I see it is I put a school there, and you can get out. You know, if you're not going to have the
well,
effort to try and make something out of your
well,
life, it's a life
Must
lesson.
be nice from top of your ivory tower, Jordan. The view must be nice. Mark, what were you up to this week? What did you get a chance to play?
I was so disappointed in myself because I had to do the adult thing and work way
That is
too much.
disappointing.
I wanted to watch a lot more E3. I didn't get to see a lot of the things live. I had to go back and watch things later. So it was E3 week, and I wanted to cry because work happens, man. It's tough. So I did get to play some Overwatch
Sure.
and some Prominence Poker, but it wasn't a big gaming week
You
for
also
me.
did get to cycle it up, Tour de France.
That's right. I played Tour de France 2017.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. That's it's definitely not a game for this guy.
Jordan, how about you? What were you up to this week?
What did I play?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I I played a lot of other consoles.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like I played something on Xbox.
You have Windows 10. You can just go.
You
to
know,
Oh,
your
you
yeah, I
have the
do.
technology. Press
You
that
could
button.
go to
I think
the
I
Xbox
played a
app.
little bit of Overwatch.
Keep going.
You know,
press
just
the
which
press
is fun.
button, Press the button. You don't guess.
I played Rainbow Six. I feel like there was
You
something.
played
big I
Rainbow
played.
Six.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to get good at that game because our younger brother likes it, and it is fun. But it's just you gotta have the skill,
Yeah.
and I don't have it, and I'm trying to get it.
Well, that's one of the hardest parts about getting into a competitive game is coming in late.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
Well, because you
On
don't.
your confidence.
Yeah. No, that is true.
There it was, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I played a little bit more. of
Yes,
that.
you did.
Yeah.
That's right.
Still liking it. Still fun. I mean, I'm super pumped for the new Assassin's Creed Origins.
Sure.
But to hold me over, I like to dip into Assassin's Creed Syndicate and I'll try and beat it before the new game comes out. But I'm having fun with it.
I played some City Skylines. I downloaded Blood Bowl 2. I'm going to be jumping into Blood Bowl 2 this week.
Blood Bowl 2.
Yeah, it is monster football turn-based strategy.
I have.
It's big on it's big on the PC. Been there for a while.
Okay, so I just don't know.
I think this is a game up your alley, actually.
really.
Yeah.
It'll get me. It's football. Is it
It's
like a-
monster football.
A gateway drug to football games.
Think of NFL Blitz, where you kill people.
But with orcs.
With
Dude, I'm in.
with
What's this game called?
with turn-based strategy.
I gotta find this.
Blood Bowl.
Blood Bowl 2.
Blood Bowl
I
2.
think, yeah.
Hey, did you see that? I'm on the Xbox website. Remember how we had that discussion on if you could tilt the Xbox X sideways?
Hmm?
Look, and we didn't think you could. Does that picture make it seem like you can have it sideways?
Oh yeah, up and down. Yeah, I thought that you could. Oh yeah, because it'll be on the stand, So it has a stand just like the one.
Yeah,
that
remember
says a
we were
stand.
curious about the liquid cooling.
If the liquid cooling would work?
Oh, I don't know.
But
It does look like there on the Xbox One.
That just might be like
just like a style.
So let me
thing?
read you,
Hold
Mark.
on. I gotta find the Blood Bowl.
Yeah, let me read to you the description. Blood Bowl 2. Then all I have to do is read this first sentence.
Okay.
Blood Bowl 2 smashes Warhammer and American football together. That's all you need to know.
That's true.
and Warhammer's a good universe.
That's all you need to know.
I can't find this. It's not. I can't search for. How did you find it?
Blood Bowl 2.
Yeah, let me pop this up for you. Anyways, that's what I played. Mark, what will you be up to this week, and where can people find you? And let's let people get on with their lives.
My name is Mr. McSpicy. I am on Twitter at Mr. McSpicy,
Yes,
and
yes.
my gamer tag on the Xbox is Mr. McSpicy.
Yes.
I'll be playing. I'll be doing my dangest to play some video games this week. I am so tired of working, doing responsible things. I got to turn the world off for a little bit. So I'm probably going to be playing. I want to play City Skylines now.
Yeah, you want to make
Yeah.
You guys started. I started when
districts.
when you were talking about it. I had flashbacks of my Excel spreadsheets and the best roads. I kind of want to start again because I have better ideas.
Absolutely. All right. Well,
That's
there you
usually
go.
what happens with those games.
Well, there you go.
Do you know how many times I've restarted Stardew Valley to try to get
Oh,
the
yeah.
optimal potatoes?
Yeah. But that's what you enjoy. That's how your mind works.
I know. I play more on those games, not playing the game, but doing spreadsheets. So that's what I'll be doing. David.
Jordan, how about you?
I'm actually thinking about trying Blood Bowl 2 this
Let's
week.
play it.
Just pulled up the
Let's
trailer.
stream it.
Yeah,
Me
we
and you.
should. We really should. Well, we still got to stream our Madden game, which I was really excited.
Yeah.
For.
You
But
got to talk it to the mic.
sorry, Mark was just kind of scaring me for a minute. But anyway,
Where can people find you?
Jordan the Man X will be everywhere. I'm going to be playing just a few games. Blood Bowl.
Looks
I'm gonna try
awesome.
that out.
How
That'll be
much
fun.
is that?
Yeah, I will be playing more Kingdom Hearts. I streamed it this week. I streamed it last week. I'll probably stream it this week.
I'm XoneBros. I'll be all over the place. Basically, I'm going to play whatever I feel like this week.
$40.
Normally, well, I think I got this on sale. It was on sale a while ago. Normally, I try to have a goal. This week, though, with E3, it just got me. I'm going to be playing Blood Bowl. I'm going to be jumping into Wolfenstein. I'm going to be jumping into City Skylines. I'm going to kind of be all over the map this week, but I'm really looking forward to having some fun gaming. I'm X1Bros everywhere, and that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of our show. Thank you so much for tuning in. When all is said and done, there's a lot of fanboyism out there. We want to be the place where you come and get to escape the fanboyism. We want to be the place where you come to enjoy your games. That's what this community is about. That's what this community is for. It doesn't mean we won't defend ourselves when you're wrong, because we'll call you out when you're wrong. But we'll do so respectfully. Join us. This is Positive Gaming. We will see you guys next week.